Hello everyone! This is Hand of Fate, the second episode. So, last time we defeated the first boss from the first dungeon, which was basically more of a tutorial. Now we start in earnest with new forces, and as I already told you, the endless mode is locked. You need to defeat the first three bosses without the first one, which is based on the first four bosses. The first one being mostly a tutorial. And the story mode. Let's begin. Now, this is his collection of the bosses. Now we defeated the Jack of Dust, sorry. And now our next contender for defeat, I suppose we could call him, is Jack of Skulls. Lots of Jacks. Yeah, whatever. After you defeat three bosses, this card will flip and you will have a permanent buff, which does different things. So you defeat each three bosses, you get a buff. Okay, so in total there are 12 bosses, the last time being the toughest and the toughest dungeons. You're gonna have a lot of buffs. You'll see it. You'll play it, you'll see it. Now, let's choose the Jack of Skulls.
Time for you to face
And
my
let's
undead
build
army.
our deck, just like I said
Jack of
to you
Skulls.
before. You can, well, click yes here and the decks will be automatically made, or click no and do it yourself. Now, the middle deck, as they would say here, represent the different, I guess you could call them aspects of your own character. Each of them giving you different buffs or unbuffs, or raising the difficulty level or lowering the difficulty level, give you different or new encounter cards that you otherwise, if you do not choose that aspect of your character, you will not find it within the game, as far as I know at least. Now the adventurer is basically no upgrades. The adventurer has no specific upgrades or rule changes. If you bring the apprentice, it gives you a lot. It's basically the easy mode of the game. Okay,
Now you can play the game as the gods do.
so let's choose our item or gain item deck. Now, as you can see here, we have 10 cards and there are 12 cards in total. So let's see, we have 3 card shields. We don't need 3 card shields. Actually, we can just do it one and let's do another one. We'll get this artifact, which will give us money, which each kill or hit, I don't really remember. Have 2 swords and only 1 axe. We can introduce the new mace, which is actually better than these 2, and we have 11 from 12. Medium armor. I think we already have medium armor as a starter for the character. I don't really like these 2 weapons, but I don't really have what else to pick, so I guess we're gonna keep them. Have the 2 helms and the 2 artifacts. I guess we could get, instead of them, armors, because we're not really gonna get any armors, and this way we're gonna try to fool a bit the game, in the sense, actually these 2, another sword and the other armor. If we're gonna pick a weapon gain card, we're gonna have to receive either this or one of these 2, not others, if the dealer doesn't introduce different cards into the deck from, well, his own hand, sort of. Only 2 shields, a few armors which are probably not going to change, and 2 helms that are good and not at the same time, depending on your game style. Okay, so this is about done. What did I just do? Nothing good, apparently. When we get back, now we choose the event deck. As you can see, this is the boss, and these 2 events we already picked in the last episode, after we defeated the first tutorial boss, I could say. So we have 11 and 12s in the... we need 12 cards and we have 11. Ambush, this is not that pretty, but we can do with it, I suppose. Some of the cards you'll see this locked item, I don't know, icon, I suppose. If you complete the said card or event in a certain way, or you do something for that event itself, Basically you can unlock it and then you can remove it. Right
Some
now
cards are locked.
I
Do
cannot
not
remove any of
your
this,
deck.
but this I can. Okay, so let's see, one more. These two are the best from all of these four. Guess we can remove the ambush. That's not that pretty. Pretty much doesn't give you anything, just a fight. And we can do some loot and some nice choices. You'll see if we get the devil's choice. It's pretty nice, and also has a token. You complete it, you get a token, you open new cards. Okay. We've been over this a bit, so let's start the game already. A lot of talk and no fun, right?
I will add my own cards.
Yeah, he adds his own
How
cards to
boring
the
life
game.
would be without a little spice.
Yeah. Spice it up then. So only some skeletons, which, well, basically our... the boss is a skeleton. 2 shops. A few more mobs, if I remember correctly, and some of the cars that are in the specifications for
Play for
our
life and
character,
death.
which we've
Prepare yourself.
chosen earlier, the easy mode. Yeah, I'm lazy like that, I use the easy mode. And we gain the captain
I
of the
always thought it was
guards.
best
The
to avoid
guards.
the problems of others.
Yeah.
I see you have no such concerns.
You hear a shout from up ahead and the sounds of battle racing forward. You discover warriors surrounded by undead. Oh,
More
didn't play this
skeletons
before.
for you to
Nice,
deal
changing. Or new stuff. Changes. Not changing. Stranger, he calls out as he throws his weapon to you. Here, take my mace and put an end to these monstrosities. So this would be his weapon. Sometimes
It's a lump
we
of
can...
iron on a stick. Not terribly subtle.
Yeah, but this is magical item. It's a mace, but also has the holy part, so we will inflict more damage on the undead or the skeletons. I wonder if
Really? Is that what you're going to do?
yeah, I think I messed up a bit, but we would have lost the sword. That was a really terrible swap, but we can defeat it with the sword as well. Just need to be patient so we don't get in the way of their own swords. And we skip the intro, we get the... First one is dead, and there goes the next one. The battle was won. Good work putting them to rest. Keep the mace. We have enough back at Kadir, whatever. He says, slowly standing. We've been hearing reports of undead in our kingdom recently, and I came to investigate. Yeah, you did that and you got almost killed. You stopped to look around at all the bone fragments, more of them here than I suspected. Some new horrors must have decided to settle in these parts and brought its minions. You got that right. I must head back to the capital and report this to the Duke. Watch your step, friend. There is something more powerful at work than just these skeletons. This card token is not yours, and we got a token.
The token is yours.
Give it to me. Give
Well
it to me. There we go. It's mine. And let's continue. Yeah, I have something with completing every card. RNG, I guess. Not
simply
RNG.
leaving this card in as a quick way to get your hands
Yeah,
on
on a shield. Bet your ass. And as we encountered before, Mr. Lylal, which is basically a dressed up goblin interpreting a human. Not a very good interpretation with that mustache of his. And a bit of madness in him too. Taps on the shoulder and asks for our heart's desire, or what we can give to him so he can give us our heart's desire. Now, not enough money to give the money, so give him the bread. Just like before. And we get one shield. Keep in mind, and we got fucked by RNG. Because we had a better shield, like we seen in the first part of the episode. This episode. Keep in mind, this card will not always play the same. At some point, you're gonna have to give him that gold to get a better shield or weapon or supplies or whatever. So it depends on how and what you choose. A shield, because we didn't have one, so... And he spooks out of the door. Now this is the inventory, and now we have our shield equipped, so we can stun a bit. Otherwise we would have just kicked. And let's change the weapons. Equip it, there we go, and we're good for continuing without problems. Twisted Cannon, now we already have a weapon, depends on what it gives us.
Where things begin.
We kill them down if we don't fail.
And the canyon
Choices. Yay! Success! Climb down to retrieve, we climb, we get a weapon, and it's a sword that we don't really need. No, we do not want to change anything. And we move on, and here are the stairs. This is the first sub-level. We'll get to the second sub-level, and if I'm not wrong, most of the dungeons have at least 3 sub-levels.
Further, in fact. I do not know if you have what it takes to do better than they did.
And let's move on. 20 gold, 15 gold, 20 food, and 110 life we are not touched. And we have a shop. Let's see what it brings us. Approach the shop. We get inside. Maybe we can reach the boss almost the end of this episode. We'll see. Last episode was a bit longer, but I really wanted to give you all the info that I could. So buy items, a sword, a helmet you don't really need. This is good, but not that great. We don't have the money for pretty much anything. This is the value. We already have a better weapon. So go back, sell items. We could sell this one of the swords. I don't know, we'll play it carefully. Maybe we lose our weapon. There are events that can do that. Not many, but I think I remember correctly, I actually encountered one of these events. And we go back. Food, we have enough. We should have enough at least. Don't really need. And there we go. The buffs and the unbuffs, or the curses and the blessings, are pretty nice. Now we could go this way, but I don't think this is the stairs. Possible, but I don't really think so. We're gonna go ahead. And the Maiden again. We can ask for more life or supplies. We get some supplies this time. Not very good. I should have gotten a bless, but it's gonna be removed. So I was a bit scared about the food. Yeah, time and time again. Now, I would actually want to go here, but my better judgment says to go here. So let's go with the gut. Stairs? The maze, not bad. It's a good choice. We have enough food. We enter the cave.
It's all I could ask for.
If we make the maze, we'll win another token, so that means another card. Now, this event wasn't played for you guys until now. You're pretty much gonna like it. There's no combat, just positioning and movement.
Now we begin to
and the maze will not always be the same. Depending on the level of the dungeon, you will have different difficulties of them and different layouts as well. Okay. We escaped that unscathed. And this one, let the fire burn away. We passed that one. Almost, I almost throw myself into the fire. And we're back to this spikes. Passing the spikes slowly. You can do it faster. That's no problem. In the first levels of the mazes are not that difficult. Now the problem is with the spikes up ahead. If you keep on running after the first foot traps or whatever you can call them, because I don't really know right now. And I get stabby, -5 flying. Should have been more closer to the edge. And there we go, only 5 life lost. I usually lost much more on these mazes, but I always liked them. I always liked them, always played them. And having survived the traps, you loot the chest. The dealer draws you 3 game cards. 3 game cards. So we get here heal.
But it is only
some gold, which I don't know what we're gonna use for, and some more gold, which I don't really know what we're gonna use for. You can go back to the shop, and we're probably gonna need to, and you can re-enter it. But apart from that, and there wasn't really that much items. I don't know if it's worth. So it hits the food, but the event's already made. I'm betting these are the stairs. There we go.
Deeper
I was lucky actually.
our foe.
Take the stairs and move on. Come on.
Good.
Different layout.
Now all you need to do is find and kill the Jack of Skulls, and we can progress.
So from what he said, like I said, he gives hints. It's quite possible this is the last level for, or the last level of this dungeon, and where we're gonna find the Jack of Skulls. Nah, Devil's Choice. You're gonna like this one.
He lies as often as he tells the truth.
truth. That was a hint, but you need to know the challenge to get the hint. A cloaked devil appears in your path. I'm here to test your might, so-called hero. Choose your foe. We have 3 cards with 3 different sort of different mobs. 2 of dust, 2 bandits, and 2 skeletons. Now, he tells you to choose one of the cards. It doesn't really matter as number, but if we choose, suppose, I don't know, the dust, because that may be easier than the skeletons. He has 2 choices. He can let you fight what you choose, or lie to you and remove the card you chosen and leave you with the other 2 that you didn't choose. So instead of fighting 2, you're gonna fight 4. Doesn't really matter to me. I'm just gonna pick the skulls. Since that is whom you wish to fight, I think today I shall make you fight the other instead, just for fun. This card has more levels to it. As you unlock different card events, you get more card events, maybe even with the same icon, most of it, for the most part, but with different choices, different aspects to it, and different difficulties to it. He can even lower your life to 1 point. I think that happened to me once, if I'm not wrong. Or maybe I was that not good at fighting and I got 1 point of life and then succeeded in defeating the mobs. Can't really remember. It was it was some time ago. Okay, skippy, and let's fight the skeletons. I almost got myself into the... Yes, you can actually counter them a lot. I wanted to stun him, but couldn't really get there. And let's see. Excellent, the devils cries. You have passed my cunning test. Have some treasure. Perhaps next time our paths cross, I will kill you myself. Haven't happened for him to actually get into the fight. The dealer draws you 3 game cards. The card's token is now yours. 1 food. That's precious.
I'm sure
that
you're
is good.
grateful for that.
1 equipment. Okay, we had the helm, see? We didn't really need to go buy it. This is pretty good for the beginning of the level, and I don't really have any damage, so I don't really need to equip this right now. So we'll just keep it in the inventory, and 5 to the max health. Nice, now we have 150. So this can happen. You can even get to much more than this life. There are cards with percentage on them. You gain 15% more life, or so on and so forth. And the traveling mage. I think this is the shop that can actually remove unbuffs if you have it. Unbuff meaning curses. And I think some of them you can actually even sell blessings. But they're usually pretty expensive to remove or to buy. Sell items. Don't really have that much to sell. Let's buy. I don't really know this one. Chemical silver. Press 2 to attack faster with each successful strike. The longer you combo, the more explosive the reaction. Yeah, that's pretty good. This is actually nice, the hag wraps. Each strike inflicts a curse, slowing and weakening your opponents. This is pretty good. It's pretty expensive, but it's pretty good. We have 22 food. I think it's going to be enough. Let's get this one. Yeah, we're gonna buy it since we don't have no gloves.
You kill them, you'll curse them too.
Yeah, we're gonna kill them and curse them. And let's get out of here and move on. We're pretty much getting to the end of the episode, so let's see what else I can show you until we are finishing. I think this is going to be the last event.
Fair, is it?
We've played this before, the Winding Trail. We get monster cards, and you can attack them or give them all their gold. I don't really want to give the gold, I want to attack them. Maybe we can even get some loot after this. Like I said, cards do not always play the same. Skippy, Skippy, come on, Skippy. There we go. And 2 bandits. Not that tough, I guess. 1 stanzas. And a curse. I should have countered that as well. Come to daddy. There we go. Stanzas and a lot of hits. Poor fellows. They didn't really know what they hit them. And there we go. Let's see what they give us, if they give us anything. The dealer draws you 3 gain cards now. That's nice. Sword, we don't really need.
Great men wield
no,
great
we
swords.
don't want to change.
Swords of myth and legend.
5 food, 10 food,
you, this will
and
suffice.
a lot of gold. Pretty nice. Okay, I lied. We'll play another card. Bandit attack. I don't really know this
Our
one.
bandits are displeased with
The
your
group of bandits
challenges.
suddenly attack. The King of Dust isn't happy about you killing his men. The dealer draws you 1 monster card. There we go. So 3 bandits. Let's fight them. And apparently, we're going to need to end this. Yeah. We'll try the last card. I don't care. We'll try the last card indifferently. And if is the last boss, we'll fight him. If it's not the last boss, well, if it's the stairs, we end the. Well, if it is the stairs, last card. If it's the stairs, we'll end the episode and we'll continue next time. Apparently, we're gonna make a mini series after this. 1 game card, 5 food, not bad. Don't really need it, because this is the Jack of Skulls.
The Undead. Of all the players in the game, these are the most dangerous in the world, yet in no natural form. A wrongness.
And just like the first boss, he does stuff. Basically, he revives his minions. And usually has 2 melees and 2 range, so we usually need to be careful of the range. But the best way is if you can attract them in a corner of the map and kill him pretty fast.
Shots from rifles cannot be deflected. You would do better to avoid them. Are you agile enough?
Come to daddy. Skip that one. Oh yeah, by the way, you can really destroy your environments like that. It's not, I suppose. Whew. That shot was close. And I wanted to stun him. There we go. We did this one too. We got the card. We defeated the second boss. We'll end the episode here.
Well done.
I will
indeed.
uncover the
But
tomb
you
with
have
myself.
roused the dead in their dusty
You'll need to
tombs,
play to see what
and even
you
I
would
cannot say
uncover.
what will come of it.
And if you like the
Now
our
wager
episodes,
becomes
like
more
the
interesting.
please, if you can,
Will the tools you
like the
have
episode, and if you
suffice
like
to
the
address
series, if you
challenges
like what we're
I
doing
pose?
here, subscribe, and I'll
That
see you again next
was
time. So, bye bye.